Hey guys, welcome back to Chattin with D. We are on the beautiful island of Grenada, and today I got a chance to interview World Renowned Soca Artist Mr.Killa. We spoke about his life here in Grenada and his journey as an artist. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Chattin with D is where you need to be.
Motor walking slow, you're running fast. Let me fix it. Carburetor choking with the gas. I want to fix it. Chassis bend up like a cash. Let me fix it.
Mr. Killa, how are you doing today?
Greetings, I'm fine. Most definitely blessed. You know what I mean? To be living in paradise is a first pleasure, and definitely it's a pleasure to sit here with you this evening.
I feel really grateful to be sitting here with you with the wind blowing down by the beach, so thank you.
Yeah, as I say, it's paradise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I want to talk to you about your journey as a soca artist here in the Caribbean. What was that like for you growing up here? Tell us about your story.
Boy. When you say what it's like, it's that's not a question that could be, that's not an answer that could be packaged, you know, very small. So I definitely give you the journey, introduce myself to the people most definitely. So my right name is Hollis Map, aka Mr.Killa, and I was born and bred on this beautiful island, the Spice Island, Grenada. I am in the city that never sleeps, that little city that they call Gouyave town. This started for me a long time ago. I was about 7 years going on 8 when I first saw Superman.
Superman.
This is where it started. Listen to this.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
So the first thing, mommy just got her first little television, you know, in a poor family. And you know the little TV, you had to turn the knobs to get the channel.
Yeah.
You had to climb the house and fix the antenna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get signal and stuff. Mommy got the little TV, and the first thing I saw on TV was Superman. When I saw Superman was still wearing short pants, you see me? I saw Superman on the TV and I wanted to be Superman, so I jumped off the house with an umbrella. You know, as a kid, you see something and you wanted to be that. But I quickly realized that I couldn't fly. You know what I mean? That I couldn't be Superman. But the next thing I saw on television, I was around 8 years old, was Michael Jackson. It was a black and white TV still, bro.
Yeah.
But I could see that moonwalk, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that is where it started for me. I mean, music, I feel like music chose me, I didn't choose it. So at the age of 8, I wanted to become that entertainer, the dream started. So every chance I got, I would dance, I would sing, go to school, I would get licks for beating the table. And when I get the break time, I'm out performing for my friends, you know what I mean? And it all started by the age 10. I was already on stage. I started performing, you know what I mean, winning the school competitions and stuff like that. So that is where it started for me. So I started performing since I was like 10. And then came the talent shows and the talent search. That was happening on the island, and I just started dominating them one by one, you know what I mean, winning those competitions one by one on the island. And then I got into, I started doing reggae and soca first as an artist when I was younger, and dancing. And then Carnival came around, and when Carnival come around, reggae gone out the window, you know what I mean? So nobody do listen to too much reggae around Carnival time, because you I don't know if you know what Grenada turns into when Carnival when Carnival come around. It's a jab world, you know what I mean? That rhythmic vibe, this jab, you know, music, infectious kind of sound. And the truck lights roll out, the costumes out, the ladies, the you know what I mean? Everything just changed. So I wanted a piece of that. You know, I want because them time they don't listen to reggae, so I wanted a piece of that. Jump into soca music. And that was like, I would say 20 years ago. You know, 20 years, this will be 21 years ago. I jumped into soca music and that was it. I jumped into the competitions, what we call Soca Monarch, and quickly started to dominate the competitions.
Right, left, 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 right. Yeah, I need to ride it. Yeah, I need to ride it. Come on, yeah. Yeah, I need to ride it. Yeah, I need to ride it.
And not just dominate, but change the whole face of competition here, and that was it for me. I started to target the international market, and 2013, I could say 14, is when I had a monster hit called Roly Poly. You know, we just open up the gates in a way whereby me, my management team, it's like we wasn't ready. You know, we wasn't ready. But we held on tight, and we just started to kind of set history in the soca game. You know, at that point it was like the most viewed soca song in history, and then I did like the most shows that year and started to get into international competitions and start dominating different, you know, platforms and stuff like that. So, and that's the journey, and I'm here today, a couple of years after that. Became the first to actually win the international Soca Monarch competition after so many years. I think it's like 40 something years. Nobody outside has ever won. So much other things.
Something that you were born to do. Born to spread your gifts, your talents, and you took it international, which is so inspiring.
True.
So, you know, you got support from us over here, and I really want to know, who were your musical influences growing up who inspire you to take soca to the next level?
I would say, so some artists I don't know, but I would say Michael Jackson, the Beanie Man, the Mr.Killa, the Hitman Inspector, that is one of our legends here, Tangla, the Ajamo, and stuff like that. Yeah, Bonji Garlin, you know, those kind of artists. That's definitely inspired me.
That's great. And so, for someone who's never experienced the Grenadian culture before, what is one thing that you can share with the audience?
With Grenadian culture?
Grenadian culture, what is one thing that you can share for someone who's never been here before, never experienced the culture?
Well, I would say Grenadian culture, when it comes to the music side of things, it is definitely a culture of freedom. You know, because our culture, we have to remember that our culture kind of was butted from slavery, and we held on to that emancipation feeling when we express ourselves in the music. And Jab Jab is our mass that we play. Jab Jab is a reveler that has the horns on their head. They're all painted black, and they come out and they drag chains with a conch shell, masquerading for freedom, you know. And so much wickedness happened through slavery. They have this brave thing about them that says, I'm not scared of the devil, I just want to find him, pull him by his tail and beat him. You know what I mean? That's what our culture kind of kind of expresses, you know. But Grenada culture is rich, definitely has a serious foundation from our ancestors, and I would say Grenada culture is beautiful, and you should experience it. And I cannot explain it with words, because trust me, these words definitely do not explain half of this culture.
Yes.
You have to come and experience it. It's something that you would see and you would feel. There is things that you see and yeah, it's okay, but you would feel it. You know, and that's the only way you could really understand it, is when you see it and you feel it yourself.
Yeah.
And to be a part of it. Because this is paradise. And we express freedom.
Yes, and I can definitely attest to what you're saying. Just the vibes and the energy and just the people and the culture all together. Anywhere I go, good afternoon, good morning, how are you doing?
Warm.
And it's just exactly that warm energy. So I can definitely attest to what you're saying. So, and I never knew from that aspect as well, coming from slavery and emancipation and what you were saying before with the guy with the horns and dressing
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that as well.
Most definitely. I mean, Jab have a long history, and a lot of people, there is some writings about Jab that is not right. You know what I mean? Because you know, some people come, they see, they feel, they just, you know, have an idea what it's supposed to be. But really and truly, it's about our freedom, you know, and expressing ourselves freely in a very strong way, you know. Yep. And right now in soca music, Jab is one of the most, I would say, influential sound that there is.
London Passy Bally Night Boy, Liberty Bally Night Boy, Jamaica Bally Night Boy, yo, St. Lucia Bally Night Boy, Trinidad Bally Night Boy, Grenada Bally Night Boy, yo, let's go jump up, everybody whine up, everybody jump up,
You know, because the rhythm has a pattern, the conch shell has a unique part, plays a unique part, and so anyway you hear it, you know it's Jab, you know. So we have that identity in the music, most definitely, yeah.
me pocket full of money, you can't tell me you're hungry, you better get out of me face, don't want me and run.
You mentioned that you had a single called Roly Poly.
Yes.
And so I wanted to know the inspiration and the creative process behind that, because I feel like it gave a woman with curves a sense of self-esteem.
Laughed at me, they picked on me, they bullied me. At that age, I started to think I wasn't good enough. When I was a teen, I saw my first crush holding hands with a girl. She had a Coca-Cola bottle shape. And then I heard the song. My song, Mr.Killa, made me feel confident and sexy. And he's here tonight on Fantastic Friday. I have to see him. He's my king. Master, you're going on stage now.
In pursuit of a brown skull, Almira proceeded west of the Butler Highway. Let's please respond. Can you give me more info on that call? In pursuit of a brown skull, Almira.
Next on stage we have the king of the roly-polies, Mr.Killa.
Turn on the lights.
So yeah, I just want to know, what was the inspiration behind that? Because
Big girl.
that was international.
Big girls was the inspiration, you know what I mean? Tiki. Roly Poly was a song I wanted to create. Even like a year before, I maybe from like 2013, 2012 going into 2013, I had the idea. I said, you know, every time I go to the party, all the DJs and everybody keep bigging up. All right, the slim girls will step out and they feel so confident and beautiful with themselves. But nobody, like, I sat down one day and I said, but nobody big up the big girls. What about the thick girls? You understand? The sexy thick girls. So I had the idea, and then I went to London for a show. It was a live band show, and I love live band music. You know, it gives you a different vibe. So I'm on stage and I say, yo, where the Caribbean ladies at? You know what I mean? Come up. So one girl run up on stage, you know, wicked dancer, you know, start to shell the place, and You know, the crowd give her forward, so I turn around and see that. I say, yo, blah, 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 walking off now. To turn to come back to her. And I heard like the crowd make another big row.
Oh, wow.
So I turned around to see what she was doing.
Yeah.
Not realizing that a big girl, yo, she was wrong. Big girl, round. Run up on stage and start rolling that bumper, you know?
Okay.
She start whining away like, I said, nah, the whole place, yeah, so it's like thunder went through. You see? So the whole place start make noise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I said, hold on, pull up. I said, do that again. Yo, and when she start whining out, she just bust a flip like a split.
Oh, no.
I said, nah, this is not a big girl I'm seeing doing this. You see me? She was really bad.
Oh, that's great.
And so one time while the music playing, I start freestyling it. I want a fat girl, I want a roly-poly, I want a big girl to make me ball holy moly, roll fat girl, roll it, just roll fat girl. And the whole crowd just went crazy, and from that time I knew it's going to be a hit. You know what I mean? Because the whole crowd, and the next day everybody was tagging it. Yo, roly-poly, all over the place, you know what I mean? And I said, nah, that's it right here. So roly-poly came across like a freestyle kind of vibe on stage. Is that moment because I'm one of the entertainers that share my moments with my fans. It's all about them when I'm on stage. It's all about them, you know? So roly-poly pop up, and that was it, boy.
I feel like
that was
the
it.
best type of music comes from freestyling.
Yes.
And when you have it with any expectations, just get on stage, do your thing, feel the rhythm, feel the beat, and that's where it comes from. And now that has won so many awards.
Of course.
Congratulations to you.
Most definitely. Congratulations to the big girls. You know what I mean?
So every time you get on that stage, you make the crowd go wild, sometimes even shutting down the stage. So how do you bring that energy to set every single time?
You asked me that question and I think my skin just raised. Yeah, because I don't know.
You don't know.
I can't answer that for you. When I started the whole music, before I got here, I had some really tough time. Coming from a poor family, you know? And mommy will do everything that she could to make sure that the journey is sweet for me. But I left here and I went to New York City trying to find music. Well, the first time on the plane I said, what? I'm going to the land of Michael Jackson, everything, go there now. But I didn't understand. And then the New York at that moment didn't feel like home. The love is different. I told the person living next door good morning one time and she looked at me like if I was a little alien. You know what I mean? So my life kind of took a turn trying to find music on the road. You know, you meet the wrong friends, you end up in the wrong crowds. So then the streets of Brooklyn became my home, you know? And I went down the wrong road. You see? Went down the wrong road so deep that one time I felt like if I live for the next week, that's enough. You know? So I've been there. I've been in that place where it's dark down there, you know? Where the streets feel like it's about to swallow you up. You know? Like a basement apartment, 2 bottles, my bed. You know, that kind of life, and I was just searching for music. I didn't go with the intentions to be a part of anything like that, or you know what I mean? But then I have to find my way. I have to be the survivor that mama taught me to be. So then you know what happens then. You know, you have to be tough, you have to stand up and find your way. But when you make that flip, I also recognize that mankind me and you, we are beautiful, but yet mankind is like the scum of the earth. We destroy everything. We destroy our families. We destroy the things that we love. You know? And I was listening to them times we used to play cassettes. So I had the cassettes and I used to just put any cassette in. And I was listening to cassette and this melody, I was sweeping, I will never forget that. I was sweeping the apartment and this song started playing and the melody catch me. When the melody catch me, I went and them time you have to turn the cassette, sometimes I turn the cassette and I fast forward it to rewind it, you know what I mean? And then I flip it back. And the song said, if I was blind and I can't see the flowers blooming in the garden, I was deaf and I can't hear anything I want to tell. I was crippled and I can't go anywhere I wanted to go. I was dumb and I can't say anything I wanted to say. But if you can see and if you can talk, if you can hear and if you can walk, you should be grateful to the Father for what He has done. You should be grateful to the Father for what He has done. And at that moment, I broke down crying because I started to remember all the values that my mama instilled in me. So I understand the wrong that I would do. I understand where I stood. I understand what I was missing. I started to miss the love that I knew before. I started to miss home. I wanted to see my mother. I wanted to, at that moment I felt like a child again. You know, and if I was blind, I started to think, if I was blind and I can't see the flowers then blooming in the garden, then who am I? Some people are crippled and they can't walk. Some people can't talk, and I have the ability that I could dance and I could walk and I could sing and I could talk. Yeah, so I could dance that some people will never even imagine they can dance. You know what I mean? So that whole feeling, I felt like the Father reached in and touched me at that moment. And I make up my mind at that day, that moment, that I will then go back home and I will go find that dream once again. You see? And when I decided to make that switch and to go back and to hold on to my music, I hit the floor with my knees and I asked the Father to then guide me so I could find my way back. Every chance that I got from that day, I gave everything. And I promised myself that, you know, the day will come when I will take care of my mama. You know, I never felt like I wanted to get rich or to be successful just for myself. But I promised that if she gave me all of this beautiful, you know, values as a person, I am her soldier. And I'm going to do everything that I could do to make her proud. You know, to make her proud, make my community proud, make my island proud. It was a tough decision, but you leave things, you leave friends behind, you leave that side behind, and you decide every single day, let me just try to become the best person that I could, so I also become the best entertainer that I could.
Somebody grab somebody out and bother, we ready for party. Me don't make a call to the shawties, not even police can stop me. Real generally, now me fools with the khaki. Girls from London and girls from Cotton, Caribbean girls with like chocolate, full of a me don't need no.
So every time I reached the stage, at that moment when I lived in that little bubble in my head, still in that tough place, every time I hit the stage, I was freeing myself from every bit of pain, every bit of struggle, and I was finding that happy place where I dance. So with my people, and at that moment, I will express myself like if it's the last time and last chance I have on that stage. So that's why when I perform, people say, how in the world you can do this whole show with that kind of energy? That's not normal. You know? Then, like in Trinidad, I remember I have a season and I do 11 shows in one day. 11 shows on a Friday, 8 shows the Saturday. I had the Sunday, I had 5 shows on the Sunday, 3 shows on the Monday. The second show on Monday, I couldn't, this hand refused to move. You understand? And I go to the hospital, then they tell me, no, it's muscle spasm, it's not like a heart attack or anything like that. And I say, okay, let me go do the next show. And my manager had to say, no, are you crazy? She had to drive, come find me and say, no, you're going home. Because I still wanted to just go there and to please my fans. Because they was waiting for me. You know, in 2004, I met in an accident. I met in an accident right before my competition. So Soca Monarch is on the Friday. I met in an accident 6 o'clock on Thursday evening. So I went to the hospital. They take me to the hospital. The muscles in my neck went dead from the whiplash, so I was knocked out. So I woke up in the hospital, and I realized I couldn't move my neck too good. And so I wait, and I was asking, I said, I need to go home because I have competition tomorrow because I'm still studying, you know what I mean? The music. As they put the neck brace on, I ran away and won the competition the next day in a neck brace.
Listen me now, I have to tell you this. Yesterday I met in an accident, many people were sad. But in the heart of many people, I know some of them was glad. Satan, he never liked me. He want me to die in Ghanans. He tried to offend and protect my performance. Yesterday I walked out of the car, I was almostly blind. But oh my God, my Grenadian people was on my mind. I want to tell them tonight, Soca Monarch is mine. So give me the go, let me go on. Right up on them, take care of them, take care of them, like I'm ready to live this. Take care of them, take care of them, take care of them.
You know what I mean? So it's just that belief that I had. It's just that vibe. It's just that energy that I grew over the years for the stage. The stage is my home. You know, it's my place of freedom. It's my place where I express myself. That's why people always say to me, when you're on stage, you're a whole different person. Like, are you the same person that perform most of the time? Because I come up on stage and I'm very humble, you know what I mean, in my space, you know? Yeah. So
I'm honestly kind of at a loss for words right now because I really appreciate you opening up like that and sharing that side of you. And it's, you know, you're Superman yourself. You know, you can see it. Like, and the way that you inspire people when you get up there on stage and the way that you bring that energy is just, it's so admirable.
Prime Minister, open the port. I'm coming home. 1, 2, 1. He comes from you. And it is not let me get back from you. And it is. I just want to pick up from you. And it is.
You become a regular headliner at festivals all around the world. What is your favorite thing about performing in different countries?
Seeing different people.
We are searching for Christopher Columbus so we can beat him for all the life.
Press that gas when you're whining, baby. Press that gas when you're whining, baby.
Feeling different culture, you know what I mean? I mean, seeing the country too, you know? Getting to see different places, experiencing different cultures. I love people. I love people. I love to see them.
Yeah.
that's why I love a lot of people that be like, yo, you know, I can't take people and this and that, and I don't trust people. I'm one of those artists that I love people. Every single day we trust people. If you have to drink a bottle of water, somebody was responsible to make sure that water gets into that bottle safe. If you come to a restaurant to eat, somebody in the kitchen taking out your food. You have to trust them.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? When I go to a show and I leap off that stage, I trust my fans catch me. I love them.
Yeah.
So I love people. That's one of my main things. I want to see fans all over the world. Like when I'm on Instagram and I see people talking to me from Germany, we can't wait to see you here in Germany. So, you know what I mean? Or in Africa or someplace, you know, we can't wait to see you, Mr.Killa. We love you.
Yeah.
When I reach there and people and the crowd scream, yo, it's like tears just full up my eye, and then Superman just turn in, and then Optimus Prime shifts. You know what I mean? And then the whole, it's just a different energy. They ignite me. Yeah.
Yeah, your fans love you.
But I love them.
Yes.
I love them.
Love to hear that.
I love them.
And where you from? The voice tell me my name is Mr. Rum. You hear the iron? That means it's start. Don't let nobody style you. Mash it up flat. Tell me pick up something. Anything. From tell me to grab something. Anything. I just want to pick up something. Anything. Watch how I go grab something. Anything. From tell me to run with it. Run with it. Run with it. Pick up something. Start to run with it. Run with it. Run with it.
So the collaboration you did with Major Lazer, how did that come about? How did that come about?
My manager, which is one side of my management team, which is Brad Hemmings. He is good friends with Major Lazer. Also, Walshifire, she's a part of me. You know what I mean? The main pillars in Major Lazer has always looked at my performance and just the energy, just the vibe, and he always say to me, yo, brother, are you the man? Them can't perform like you are the baddest thing. You know, you are the baddest thing on the stage. Every time Walshifire, you know, would tell me that. And you know, we started to build a relationship, a work relationship, and decided we're gonna do, you know, our first EP, drop it out there and stuff like that. And that has been amazing. I went down in the city in the studio with them, you know. So Walshifire and Diplo, I call them two madman in music, you know, too crazy, you know. Yeah, they're crazy creative, and it's an extreme pleasure working with them, most definitely. You know, so the Major Lazer, the Major Lazer line is definitely a big line. You know what I mean? Yeah, to be a part of, you know.
That's amazing how you guys cultivated that relationship, and I love that song. So
yes, most definitely.
Everything will lean on our side. Stop.
So any advice you have for someone trying to become an artist in the music industry?
The first advice I would give to any artist, anybody wanting to become an artist, is to first believe in your dream, you know, and believe in your craft. Spend time with your music. Be positive about it. Also, learn to take positive criticism, because a lot of the times artists, we head hard and we don't listen. But remember, when you do a song, people have to say it's a hit, not you. The people make that decision if it's a hit or not. So you have to learn to listen to people when they're giving you constructive criticism. And then sometimes you have to know when you're going to get to that point when you know that your craft is good. and somebody may criticize it and you will override that. So pay attention to your craft, spend time with it, be positive about it, listen to constructive criticisms, and make sure that you believe in your dream, because success begins in your mind. If you believe, then it can become possible. If you let people stop you along the way and tell you it is not possible and you believe that, then they just won. Because what they tell you just became a reality simply because you believed in it. You know what I mean? So artists, stay away from the drugs, stay away from the crime. You know, make sure that your mind is positive. Make your music your drugs. Make your crime killing the stage. You know what I mean? And just stay focused. That's my advice.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Killa, for coming onto my show, for sharing your wisdom, for being vulnerable, being open, and you know, like I said before, you have so much support from us on this side. And just
Most definitely.
Thank you for being here.
Most definitely. And I just want to say to everybody that would see this, if you're a foreigner and never been to Grenada, this is the cultural ambassador here inviting you to Grenada. Make sure you come. When the plane land, you're going to smell the spice.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Welcome to the Spice Isle Rock, and you're most welcome. Blessed love and greetings, and blessed love, and have a good night.
Somebody say yeah, yeah. My name is Holly Smith, aka Mr. Killa. And this is Rebel One, the band. Now Rebel One, take it away now.